Hi everyone, what is up? My name is Haley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you did not know, now you do. Hey you guys, what's up? So in today's video, I am doing my 1 year hair update. And so I'm gonna try my best to keep this intro short, simple, and sweet. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this video. I'm gonna try my best not to ramble on too much, but I have so much to say regarding this 1 year hair update that's probably sharing too much information, going a little too deep regarding the topic of hair, but sometimes it's nice to get things off of your chest and just have a conversation. And so technically September, I'm filming this video in August, September will be my 1 year anniversary of shaving my hair. Like shave my hair, shave my head, shaving my head for the last time. When I was watching 1 year updates and transformations on YouTube regarding a big chop, I sort of got like a little, not depressed, but sad because everyone's hair was so much longer than mine. And I was like, wow, are these realistic? Because my hair's not growing like that. And so I wanted to make this video in the hopes that maybe if you've cut your hair and you're wanting to see what a real 1 year update is, where your hair's not down to your ass crack, I'm here for you, girl, because this is what you get. So this is technically not the first time that I've ever big chopped my hair. I believe with my grandma, I was about 16 to 18 years old. I was just telling her how annoyed I was with my hair. And I remember it was like longer, like down to here somewhere. And then we did something like this. And this was considered a big chop for me. I remember I went to school the next day and everybody was like, wow, you did a big chop. You cut off all your hair. And then me now, like saying this is so much progress, laughing at 16, 17, 18-year-old me, because who would have thought years later I would just take a razor and go, bzz, bzz, bzz. I wanted to shave my head. I was getting tired of paying to get it done. I couldn't find people in Germany to do my hair. I was tired of wasting money and time and just energy on my hair. And I just thought to myself, why don't I shave it? Why do I not get rid of it? You hate having to do your hair right now. You don't want it to be a piece of your life at this moment. So just shave it. Disclaimer for this video, this is not me promoting you shaving your head, because a lot of people, and I didn't know this as well, you don't know what your head shape is. I would always think to myself, wow, you have an egg head. And then people would be like, you have such a nice head shape. And I'm like, are we looking at the same thing? Because no. And you don't know that. If you have longer hair, you don't know what your skull looks like. And so please do not take shaving your hair off as something that is easy and light to do, because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be frustrated, you're gonna be shocked, but there are good things that come out of it. I'm just like, I guess disclaimer, because everyone's like, just do a big chop, just do a big chop. Hair is something so special and so important to everyone in the world that cutting almost every piece of your hair off is a big deal. So the negative things that came with me shaving my head, like I said, not liking my head shape in the beginning. I was really shocked at how ugly my head was. And I kept telling myself, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And I think positive reinforcement and positive like talking and words to yourself is so important, especially when you're going through big changes. Even if they're self-inflicted, I think that it's very important to tell yourself that you will get through it, you are okay. This is not the only thing that is you. I think another negative thing for me, especially with having a shaved head, was being called a man. Constantly, sir, sir. And then I would correct people and I'd be like, it's ma'am, or I'd be like, my name's Haley. And that would hopefully, open the floor for people. But I remember one time on a flight that I was on, this woman, she was so rude, the flight attendant. And the first time she came, she was asking me what I wanted to eat. I had a hat on. She was like, sir, what would you like to eat? I looked up and she was just looking at me and I was like, oh, it's ma'am. And she was like, okay, what would you like to eat? I'm like, chicken. Lady came back and she was like, sir. And I was like, it's ma'am. And she didn't get it. So she called me sir for the 3rd time and I said, ma'am. I said, I am a woman. I just have a shaved head. And she was like, oh, I am so sorry. And I'm like, I've said it's ma'am now 3 times, twice before this, before having to tell you that I was a woman. And even if I didn't tell you that I was a woman, if I want to be called effing ma'am, I want to be called effing ma'am. I think that was the negative, having to argue with people to tell them that I was a woman. None of their business. None of their business. But when people went above and beyond, and the thing for me was, if you don't know what I am, you say ma'am the first time, you say sir the first time, and I say you're wrong, correct yourself. It was just exhausting. So freaking exhausting. I think that was one of the worst things. Hating my head shape was another bad one. And not having versatility when it came to hair. Sometimes you don't want to wear wigs. Wigs are fine, wigs are beautiful, wigs are amazing, but sometimes you don't want to wear a wig. Sometimes I just wanted to have hair so I could put it in a messy bun and be on my merry way. But I was stuck with one hairdo, one hairstyle until my hair grew. And even when my hair grew, I was also stuck with one hairstyle until it got long enough to do something else. At some point you have your teeny weeny afro and you're gonna be stuck with a teeny weeny afro. And so there's always this awkward transition phase where you go from bald to sort of this length right here where you can actually put it into balls, into buns, and you can pull your hair back. There's an awkward transition phase that I really, 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 really dislike. Also, another big thing that people like told me when I didn't have hair, it was a jab. People brought it up like a jab. And especially on social media, when you put yourself out there, people are so quick to tear you down. They're so quick to leave hateful comments. And so a lot of times people will be like, well, you're bald, as an insult. And I'm like, I know I'm bald. I shaved my head. The thing that I guess bothered me the most about this was, what about the people that can't do anything about being bald? Like, for me, this was a choice. I chose to do this and I was okay with it. But what about the people that don't have a choice, that are bald? You're just picking on them for something as trivial, and like I said, it's not trivial, but still something as trivial as hair. And so I think that really built me up to not care what anyone says about my hair, because what I realized is that you have hair, people are gonna say something hateful. You don't have hair, people are gonna say something hateful. My camera died, y'all, so I don't know exactly where I was in the video, but I'm pretty sure that I was talking about the pros of being bald. And so confidence was the number one thing for me. I was very comfortable in my own skin. I started to like the shape of my head after seeing it all the time. I started liking it. I started just being basically naked in that sense, where you have no makeup on and you also have no hair to protect you. I just felt like I could go out in the world and do anything that I set my mind to. Another pro was that I saved so much money. When I tell you guys, so much money, you don't know how much money you spend on your hair till you don't have hair. Didn't have any tools, didn't have flat irons, didn't have blow dryers, didn't have combs, brushes, nothing, clips, oils, serums, nothing for my hair. So literally the amount of money I spent on my hair the past couple of months and years that I've been bald has probably been less than $100. Once it grew enough for me to put braids and stuff in, then that's when it started getting a little bit more expensive, but less than $100 in, I don't know, like I said, a year and a half maybe, which that is probably for some people a monthly visit to the hair salon. Another one was that I was able to see my natural hair again. I think this is something that I have not seen in a while. I've had a lot of relaxers my whole life. I mean, before I shaved my head, I didn't have a relaxer for a very long time. I think it was like a decade, let's say. But the relaxer that was in my hair prior to that, you could see at the ends. So me being able to wear a little afro like this was not possible with my old hair. I did have natural hair, but there was a little bit, and I could have probably cut that off too, but there was a little bit that was relaxed at the ends and it was dead. And so my whole life I've had relaxers, keratin treatments. I don't know what other things that they've put in my hair to make it straight, to break the structure of my natural hair, which has also caused me scalp damage and other damage to my head and my hair. And so now I'm able to see what my real hair looks like. I'm starting to like my natural hair. I'm starting to like my little afro, and that is a humongous pro, you guys. I never liked my natural hair. I think it's because of where I grew up, how I grew up, and the beauty standard of like life when I was younger. It wasn't my hair like this. And so I just wanted to have straight hair. I wanted to have wavy hair. I wanted to have, bone hair. And I didn't have that like naturally, so I had to synthetically make that up for myself, whether it be in the form of chemicals or having fake hair. I'm okay with having those things and I'm okay with doing those things, but I think it's an issue when you do those things because you don't like yourself or you don't like something about yourself. Yes, you can change it, but maybe you need to work on what's, happening on the inside and maybe do some inner work before you keep trying to change everything about yourself. And so drastically, a lot of people don't talk about the harshness of the chemicals of relaxers. There are lawsuits, and I think a major lawsuit that is going around regarding especially Black women that got relaxers and the negative impacts that it had on them medically. I don't know if it was cancer or fibroids or what may have you, but there was just now currently, all of these negative things coming out about the things that we used to do to our hair all the time. Loving my natural hair has probably been the best con of doing all this. Being comfortable also in my natural hair. It's very funny because I said being comfortable bald was a pro, but then being comfortable with my natural hair is a pro. And then I think being comfortable with flat ironed hair, with straightened hair, with manipulated hair is also another pro. I'm becoming just more secure in myself. I think age has something to do with it as well, but nonetheless, I think me chopping all my hair off also has a big deal to do with it. Moving into the time table of everything, I have to look. I have a few things written down. I'm going to include some pictures so you guys can see, leading up to today, what my hair has looked like and sort of talk about everything. This was Mike and I, November 24th, 2023. I thought it was very interesting that I had a little growth. I think for me, this was the first time that I could actually go out with my hair a little curly and actually see the curls and notice a difference in the curls, because then it was just at some point, I don't know, my hair trying to grow. It sort of looked like a chia pet, like the beginning form of a chia pet. And it had no real texture. It had no real shape or form or anything like that. So this was the first time me going out, putting stuff in my hair where I could be like, wow, I really do see a little afro coming out. But a lot of times what I did, especially since I would go for walks and try to work out, was wear a headband because I did not like the awkward length that my hair was. There were a few months where the little hairs on the side started making me look like George Washington, in my opinion. I looked like a founding father of the United States. It looked ridiculous. And so there were a lot of times where I really just was wearing headbands and things to cover my hair. My hair was also not long enough to wear in buns or to have it pulled back or to put it in braids either. So I was stuck with this awkward length. And then my hair got long enough to where I could slap some braids in it. I remember taking them out in June 14th. And then I have a picture of myself the day after, June 15th, at Bass Pro Shops, trying on this little skirt. And I do have to say, y'all, if you want a skirt, this one, I will link it down below in the description box, is amazing, from Bass Pro Shops. Awesome. It's from Columbia, the brand. Ugh, it's so amazing. And I did notice a lot of growth because there was one little hair that in the front, it had a nice little curl. And I noticed it and I was like, wow, that's a really long curl. And I think then in June, I really saw a difference in my hair. I was just trying to figure out my afro and what to do with my hair. And then it came to, I believe, the end of July going into August or middle of August, I was able to put my hair in these two little buns that you guys see right now. And then fast forward to today, which is the end of August, this is what my hair looks like. And so that has been my 1 year hair growth update. That's the progress that I'm at right now. Maybe I can do another one of these in another year. Very exciting, very happy. The items, the stuff that I use on my hair right now, everyone's different. And I know everyone is gonna have recommendations of what to use in their hair. And I'm all for recommendations, but please understand, you guys, I don't care too much about hair products that much, but I know people will ask me what I use. First and foremost, I have just water with essential oils in it. Are essential oils good for your hair? Don't know, look it up. Please do research. But sometimes I just spray this on my hair and it has, I think, rosemary and some other oil, maybe peppermint in there. It just feels nice sometimes on my scalp. Do I know if it's good or not? No, but it feels good. So that's what I use. And then I have my Selsun Blue. Like I said, I use Selsun Blue. I love Selsun Blue. I think it's amazing, medicated. So you need to know if you have dandruff or not, because there's a difference between having dandruff and having like another medical condition that's causing your hair to flake, because sometimes flakes don't equate to dandruff, if that makes sense. The next thing that I use, and I think I've talked about this on Instagram, is my Redken Mega Curls All Soft Mega Curls conditioner. I don't use the shampoo because I only use Selsun Blue, and sometimes I don't even use Selsun Blue. I just use water and hope for the best. Sometimes I just feel like shampoo and conditioner also just strip your hair too much. So sometimes I won't even use these things. I'll just use water and hope for the best. I love this. I think it's amazing. It makes my hair feel very soft. It's easy to detangle. It's easy to manage. It's a little expensive. I believe this is $50. You can sometimes get it on sale for like $35, which is when I purchased it. But just letting you know, it's a little expensive. Something that I use, which is relatively old because I used to use this as a kid, and some people are going to say it's the worst product ever. That's perfectly fine, but sometimes I like using it because sometimes, I don't know, it's like a nostalgic feel, but I use this S-Curl stuff, and this might be alcohol, which maybe it is, you guys. A lot of the stuff is probably alcohol, but this sometimes works for me, and it just feels good. Sometimes when I need like a real curl, I will spray this in my hair and I'll just finger it throughout, and my curls are more defined when I use this. And so I don't use it often, but sometimes I just need this for a real tight look. I use this Hask argan oil. Not all the time. I don't think it's the best, but I have been using it. I've owned it for months though now, and I haven't finished it. What I really do love using, and I don't have it with me, is The Ordinary rosehip oil. It feels awesome. I also use it on my face and my body, but I also use it in my hair. I just didn't bring it out with me. The last thing that I use in my hair is something that I really love. I one time found it on the clearance rack at Target and I bought it, and when I used it I said, holy moly, this is really nice. It is this Rhyme and Reason Quench and Curl Leave-In Conditional. It says sensational hair care and recycled packaging, and it says 100% natural extracts, shea butter and desert peach extracts. I don't know. After a while it starts smelling bad. Not gonna lie. When you first get it, it smells like, it smells healthy in a sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. It smells like semi-healthy, but sometimes if you aren't using it that much and you let it sit for a while, it don't smell good. So you gotta throw it out and get a new one. But I have gone through so many of these. Like, I don't know it doesn't make your hair feel crunchy. That's one thing that I hate, when your little curls that you have in your hair are very crunchy. I want them to be sort of defined, but not like crazy defined. I want them to be sort of defined. I want there to be a little fluff. I like that. I know that's not everyone's style, and I don't want crunchiness. And so this provides me with that. But everyone's different. So you could be looking at my hair and be like, I don't want my hair to look like yours. Then don't use these products. But I believe that's it, you guys. That is my hair update. 1 year. Like I said, I'm excited to do one more. Aside from that, I'm going now because it's late at night and your girl is tired. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day, and bye.